shit.
Wow, welcome
Guys,
back.
We're back.
Back to adult shit with a one.
What'd you? Oh, I thought you were gonna say with the one and only Kate Peterman. I mean, you are killing it on this podcast. I gotta say, every time I edit these, I'm so proud of how smart we sound because in reality,
I'm smart.
Wow. We should just start off this episode by saying Kate's on her fucking period, so she's being a real old.
I'm being a real bitch today.
You're being a little bit of a bitch, but it's nothing I can't handle, haven't handled before, haven't been before.
Yeah.
When'd you start?
That's friendship. Yesterday.
Have you used the DIVA cup yet that I got you?
So Kelsey bought me a DIVA cup because that's
right.
a true friend, and I just put it in before this podcast.
Wait, what? You didn't tell me that? You have it in?
I have it in right now.
Oh my God.
That's why I left when we were setting up.
You didn't even say anything.
Yeah, hopefully it works. Otherwise, I'm gonna bleed all over this seat.
Okay, let me tell you something. We're gonna start this podcast off with some fucking truth. Tampons and pads are fucking bullshit.
Unless you want to sponsor us.
Unless Tampax, you want to sponsor us. No, but truly, DIVA Cup, you should sponsor us because I will go to fucking war to defend the DIVA Cup on why it is so much better than the tampons, pads of the world.
I mean, as of right now, I like it. It was a little uncomfortable at first.
I can't believe you put it in.
Yeah, well, yeah. I thought it would be good.
Putting it in the first time is the hardest part.
Yeah, I just bared down.
We should all say what a DIVA Cup is. It is also known as a menstrual cup. It is literally a tiny little
If you were to
suction
put,
cup.
it looks like if you were to put something on like the edge of a banana.
What?
Like if you were to put a hat on a banana.
It is dick-like shaped. If the head of a dick was a little bit
What
longer.
I know about dicks is correct, and trust me, that's not a lot.
It looks
the DIVA
like
cup looks exactly like a dick, even the little tip. If the penis was a banana.
wow.
Here's the thing, it's a little cup.
So you take this, it's made out of silicone, and you just,
Excuse me.
Thank you, Kate. It just casually bends. You bend it into like a C-like shape because it looks like a little cup. You bend it into a C, and then you got to be real comfortable and close with your own vagina.
Yeah, you have to pull it a little bit.
You have to push and pull.
You have to pull it back a little bit.
And you don't really feel it. Like, did you feel it go?
I didn't feel it go. I actually had to stick my finger up and rub it around and make sure that it was it had opened because I didn't want to bleed.
Well, that's the thing is once it creates that suction, there's no blood getting out. I have not leaked through a DIVA cup, and I've been using it for about a year now. I haven't used a tampon since. Though, how do you clean it? I do it when I'm in the shower. I just pop it out when I'm in the shower, dump it out, clean it out with hot water, suck it back in there, and then after each cycle, I just boil it and put it in the dishwasher, and it's the greatest invention.
You boil it and put it in the dishwasher?
Well, I either boil it or I throw it in the, like if my roommate's not home, I'll throw it in the dishwasher.
Brian.
Yeah, sweet Brian, my
Brian.
best friend Brian.
He's like,
ew, I put my fucking utensils in there that I eat with. But I put my sex toys in there too sometimes.
oh my God, Brian, you
Sorry.
poor thing.
I'm not ashamed. Brian, my roommate, owes me a fucking lot. He's almost set our house on fire multiple times.
Oh, and you lost your cat.
And, well, he didn't lose it. Okay, here's the two stories, quickly. He almost burnt our house down 3 times because he gets drunk and he puts frozen pizzas in the oven and then forgets about them and he falls asleep.
I remember you telling
So
me about
I have come home twice to the entire apartment complex's fire alarm going off. And then I've also been
fucked up.
I've been having sex with someone and the fire alarm started going off and I opened the door naked. Me and the dude are like trying to get our clothes back on and the fucking fire smoke is coming out of our fucking oven. That's Brian. And Brian's passed out drunk, forgetting about his pizza. So there's that. And then the other thing is, one time my cat ran away when he was supposed to be babysitting it. I don't blame him. The window was open. He jumped out of a window.
Oh, it was a window.
Yeah, Brian didn't like let him out. Anyways, I love my roommate Brian. Anyways, I'm so proud of you for using the DIVA cup.
Thank you.
Do you feel it? Can you tell the listeners what it feels like?
It felt a little uncomfortable at first just because I was like, what is this thing? And then for a second I was like, ew, I have this plastic cup in my vagina. And then I was like, ew, I used to have freaking cotton balls in my vagina. And then I was like, oh, this is forever.
You know what else about the DIVA cup? It just like looks sleeker. It looks like the iPhone got upgraded, like from a tampon.
It's gonna save me a ton of money on tampons. The only thing is I get like really, really bad cramps, and this is gonna be pretty gross to I think everyone listening, but
Can't wait.
I also feel like, you know how like when you have cramps, you're not sure if you have to poop or
no,
you have
period
cramps.
shits.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm wondering which one's going to be more uncomfortable, like a tampon or the Diva cup, or if it's just you got to let it breathe sometimes. You know what I mean?
You can shit with a Diva cup in, and I feel like with a tampon, you always get like pee on the string, or you're worried that like maybe you might touch the water.
I usually just pop it out.
Yeah, well, you can straight up poop with it. And let me tell you, oh wow, we are going to lose a lot of male subscribers here.
The 4 that we have.
yeah.
Thanks for being here. It's been fun.
But also men should listen to this because you're going to get an insight and look into women's lives that you don't get in fucking Cosmo. Am I right? Another great feeling.
I don't know how to caress a shaft. They tell you to do in Cosmo all the time. It's always caress the shaft.
Or
give him a fun surprise and reach her on the back and tickle his shaft balls.
Why did you sound Irish when you said that?
You're gonna tickle his shaft ball. I'm Irish. This is fine.
Yeah, I'm Irish. Also, they always tell you to put ice cubes in your mouth when you give them a blowjob. I just remember reading that about 15
That's too
times.
much stuff in your mouth.
Yeah,
I don't want that much stuff in my mouth unless I'm friggin' chowing down. Baby.
Yeah, baby. It also the best feeling in the world is when you do have the period shits, because that is a real thing. When you're on your period, your uterus is contracting, your walls are shutting, so it's pushing on your bowels harder. And the best feeling in the world is when you take your Diva cup out and then poop, because it's like it was pushing on your butt wall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Your wall in between your butt and your
That's why
your
I pee
vagina.
all the time, because I think my butt bag is close to my, so the poop is just pushing on my bladder. And I'm on Prozac now, so that constipates you.
Can I say I love that you're on Prozac, because I've seen a change. I got to be honest. I've seen a change. You are a lot more full of wisdom than usual.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, which is probably everyone, I was struggling there for a while with some stuff, so I went to therapy, and now I've been going to therapy, and then I decided that I wanted more help.
How did you feel going on pills? Because I know there's a big stigma around A, just getting help in general, but B, the feeling like you need to have pills to feel normal, and there's such a fucking bullshit stigma.
Well, you know, for a really long time I thought that it was always like, it was like a cop-out, you know, to use medicine, but I had tried everything else. I had tried like
everything.
Truly everything.
Yeah.
Just absolutely everything. I have an eating disorder, so like everyone else.
Wow, Kate, you were just this is like revealing. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's important. I would have liked to have heard, I remember when I was like younger and struggling with it, and not a lot of people were talking about like anything like that. People were just commending like small bodies. I remember like dying to hear that other people, I remember the one girl from American Idol, Catherine McPhee. She talked about an eating disorder, and I was like, oh my God, she got better. There's life after and stuff. And that was like 10 years ago, and I'm only just starting to like kind of be okay with it. But I had tried truly everything else, and then I just, not to get into like the whole thing, but I do like.
But we should do an episode about it.
For
like,
sure.
If you guys want to hear about it.
If you guys want to hear it, let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
But there is like an eating disorder self and your real self, and that self you're so used to hearing all the time. So I would say, like when I was about to get on medicine, in my head I was just like, you're lazy and you're not trying hard enough and you're stupid for this and blah 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 blah, like all of these terrible mean things. And then I had to just keep talking to other people about it so that I could stop being so mean to myself. But it took a year with my therapist before I even trusted her enough to ask.
Yeah, that's so dope that you're talking about it too, because I feel like that voice that you're speaking of, everybody has that fucking
For
voice.
sure. That's the other thing. You feel so alone.
You feel so isolated.
You feel like you feel dumb. That's the weird thing. You feel so fucking dumb.
Well, because you know you're not alone. Like you know, like in moments of non-depression or like non-anxiety, I'm like, oh wow, I'm a voice for mental health. I know so many other people that struggle with this. But in those throes of like the bad days or the bad depressions or those moments where like you're struggling with like confronting your eating disorder, confronting your panic, like it's so isolating.
And it's isolating, and it makes you, for that reason, it kind of makes you super selfish, even though all of your decisions, maybe it's not you, but all of my decisions were very much based off of me being like, I don't have anything to wear. I'm not gonna go out, I look fat, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that or whatever. I don't want to try to talk to this person because I'm not their like size type, and like all of these things that I would tell myself and still tell myself, but try to like work through it. But because you think like that, you think that the world is against you, but really how it truly translates to other people is you being withholding and you being super selfish and like elite in a way. And you're like, you have no idea how much I'm beating myself up.
And in a weird way, you have to be you have to be selfish to also get help. Like it's a very
You have to actually be selfish.
it's selfless to, you know what I mean, to admit like, okay, I can't do this on my own. That's a very like selfish slash
It's just human.
Yeah.
That's just no one could do it on their own. That's it. So there's help out there. I guess that's the point of this little tangent that we went on.
No, it's not a tangent at all. It totally
This started from periods, and then I talked about how I'm constipated because of Prozac.
No, I'm glad you brought it up because we were just about to talk about Hovember, Hocation, Sobervember, and how that ties into like this Thanksgiving and like seeing family and all that shit. We should give an update. So by the time this comes out, I'll have been sober for 14 days, which is the longest I've not drank in shit.
Long time.
Long time. And I'm the first thing everyone says when I tell them that I'm doing Sobervember is, oh my God, you're gonna lose so much weight. And I'm like, that's not why I'm doing it. While yes, I cannot fucking wait to lose 5 pounds, that's not why I'm doing it. How's Sobervember going for you so far?
You know what? I thought it was really fun this weekend. I don't have as much stake in it as you do. I was just like, oh yeah, I could
just see if I can do it.
Yeah, I mean, I know I could do it. I don't know if I necessarily want to do it, but I think I also just want to save money.
Yeah.
I've been spending like over like the past in October, all of October, I would just go out and be like spending money that I could be using to buy a cool new shirt.
We didn't do anything this weekend. We didn't do anything this weekend for Hovember, but I think that was necessary to kind of like realize that you don't have to go out to have fun. We laid in my bed all weekend eating and watching movies, and we did not give a single fuck about dick or puss.
No,
or in between. So I feel like if you're not actually out there hoeing, another good way to do Hovember is to give a little self-love, give a little masturbation time.
Oh yeah.
Watch some sexy TV.
Your porn story.
Oh, I didn't even mean to segue this way, but I'm so fucking glad. I have been waiting to tell Kate this story all fucking weekend, and I was like, I have to save it for the podcast.
I'm so excited.
Okay, so we're talking about self-love. We're talking about masturbation.
Yeah.
I woke up early one morning and was like, just needed to rub one out. Was having sexy dreams.
I just want to also point out that while Kelsey is belting all of this out, there's a whole group of people outside filming some sort of like commercial thing. And so she's just yelling, I want to rub one.
Well, I did. I didn't want to. I did rub one out. And
hear that, Buzz?
I had actually gone on a date with a girl the night before.
Oh, I forgot to ask about that.
Yeah, so I did go out on it. I did Hovember a little bit, but I did an actual date where I had intention of not just sleeping with her, but I wanted to actually like, get to know her. But here's the problem is we were fucking twins. Not only did we look alike, she was my height, my haircut. She was a producer, so she had like the same work schedule as me. Like we were just too fucking similar. Yeah. I mean, like we did hook up, but like still, it was like fucking myself.
You didn't tell me any of this.
I am sorry, I forgot.
You love yourself.
I know. My dream is to fuck myself, and I almost did, and it was just.
Do you still talk to her?
No, I kind of.
You ruined it?
I didn't ruin it. No, first of all, fuck you for assuming that. Like the text game just wasn't strong. Like after we met up, we just kind of got busy. And like she's like me, she's a producer, so I respected that. And I might hit her up maybe, but we were just too similar. It was like dating myself. It was crazy.
Okay.
So after that date, I was like feeling like a little the masturbation station was necessary. So I go on my computer, I open up the Pornhub, and I look up my favorite category, which is female squirting. So on the top video, get fucking this, it's a compilation. So I click it, and the video is all female squirting compilation, like cut quick scene, cut and edited to that song. Haley Steinfeld's I Love Me. How possibly, what genius thought to put that song and cut all the squirting? Anyways, it was incredible.
That's fantastic.
I didn't jerk off to it. I couldn't finish to that. I was just so excited about the idea of it as a whole.
Wait, could I ask you a question?
Yes.
What is the weirdest thing you've ever jerked off to?
I don't want to admit it because I'm afraid the FBI might flag me, and I'm scared. Oh, like you haven't looked at some weird shit.
I was about to tell you what the weirdest thing I ever met, or like turned me on. The weirdest thing you ever turned me on.
There's a difference between like being curious about a person fucking a horse and actually jerking off to it.
Well, Yeah, for sure. That's a good point. That's a good point. Because the weirdest thing that ever turned me on was when I was in college and I was at my friend's house. I was super duper high on the couch. So we were high and then we watched Planet Earth.
No.
And
you did not get horny to Planet Earth.
I got horny to the mating rituals of toads. Because the toads just know what they want.
Oh my God.
And they just literally say it with their whole body. They're like, no! The other toad just mounts up. And I was like, if only I could just be like, ah! And he could come up and just take
come.
me.
See, it doesn't, you don't have to like, once you cross the line of actually coming to something like that, then it's like, bestiality, question mark? But if you're not jerking it to it, if you don't finish, I don't think it's that weird.
I masturbate to travel shows sometimes, though. Beautiful places.
That doesn't. Yeah, that's not that weird.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes you'll just get horny off the most random things, like a car commercial. You know who loves squirting more than I do?
I wonder who could it be? If I had to guess,
If I had to put a finger on it, no pun intended.
if we had to put 2 fingers on it.
Should we bring in our next guest?
I think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, please bring in our coworker, a woman we love, Tanya. Get in here.
There you go.
You fit in like a glove.
There you go, buddy.
Tan,
Right.
you're here. Thanks so much for coming on and coming on.
I love coming on.
Can you tell us who you are and what you do here?
Yeah, sure. My name's Tan.
Hi, Tan.
I'm Australian.
Yeah, can tell by the accent.
Thanks. Yeah. Not everyone can actually. Some people think I'm English, so I have to point that out and clarify it for a lot of Americans. I used to work in the Sydney BuzzFeed office, and now I work here in LA.
How long have you been here?
A year.
What kind of content do you make here?
I make all kinds of content here, Kelsey.
Yeah. I don't know why you said it so aggressively,
Yeah,
like I'm
Kelsey,
questioning
God.
you. I'm your
Like
biggest
you don't even
supporter.
know my own life. Everything from bring me like our travel content to long form YouTube
I would like to
stuff.
clarify that I don't masturbate to bring me. It's other travel videos.
Bring Me is our travel vertical where you get to go to a lot of cool places and try a lot of cool things. What's like the coolest what's the coolest Bring Me video you've made?
We got to go to Toronto and shoot in the Newcomer Kitchen, which is run exclusively by Syrian female refugees.
Oh my God,
So that was
amazing.
really cool. Best food ever, best cause ever.
So when the profits and stuff like that, does it go to like the actual family or does it go to like help the other Syrian refugees?
All profits go to all the women that work there, so then they're actually paid a wage. So it's like 50 women and their families.
Wow.
It was really cool.
Canada has their shit so much more
Oh
together
my
than
god!
we do.
Can I also say the people in Canada?
Canada. Oh,
Oof, mate. Talk about coming. Tell you what.
what are they beautiful?
Yeah.
Yeah?
In every way. In every way. It's true what they say.
Should we hoe in Canada?
Yeah.
I would love to go hoe in Canada. I've only been once, and I went to a place where it was so cold that our doors got frozen shut.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
I think when there's rough weather outside, we talked about this, like a shared misery that
Yeah.
people are just sort of
You
like,
want to go inside and get fucking drunk.
yeah.
Thanksgiving is coming up. This is a dumb question. Do they celebrate Thanksgiving? No, they don't
It's in
celebrate
America.
Thanksgiving. Don't fucking laugh at me. You know you all were thinking of it for half a second. Thanksgiving is not celebrated in Australia or Canada.
They do have, like, other countries do have similar holidays.
Yeah, but it's usually
Similar
where like
premise.
white people did some shitty shit, and now
Totally.
it's like we have to
Yeah.
take back the real meaning of what those
Yeah.
holidays represent. What's Australia's version of Thanksgiving?
Well, the people who celebrate it, they call it Australia Day. For the Indigenous people of Australia, traditional owners of the land, they'll call it Survival or Invasion Day.
Wow, it's kind of crazy how much Americans don't know about Australian
Totally,
history when we
yeah.
have like so many similarities and so much in common. Tan, have you ever celebrated Thanksgiving?
No.
You had your first pumpkin pie recently.
How did you know?
I saw it on Andrew Gautier's Instagram.
Yes.
What was it like for you?
Amazing. It was so good.
Are you gonna be in LA?
Yeah, I stay with Quinta every year. We, like, watch movies and just get drunk. Can we talk more about coming?
Yeah, that's what the young people want to hear.
That's what we wanna hear. Okay.
You ever fucked in your parents' bed when you're home on Thanksgiving?
You
Why did
fucked in
you
your-
shame me like
You
that?
fucked in your parents. I'm not shaming you.
reminding me of my mom and dad.
My freaking opinion shouldn't shame you. I think that is gross to fuck in your parents' bed.
Listen, it happened one Thanksgiving when everyone was out.
Did you
No.
change the sheets?
No, I was a teen. I didn't give a fuck. I was like,
Oh,
ooh.
that's different too. And
let's
you're
go
close
in
with your
there.
parents.
Me and my parents are pretty tight. We talk about sex stuff a lot. My mom was the one. Well, I did want to bring this up. This is a great way to tie coming back into Thanksgiving.
Finally, come on.
Well, I was thinking about the idea about how when I had the sex talk, I was taught about female ejaculation, and I feel like
By your mom?
By my mom.
Wow.
And
Lucky.
in public school, we are only talked to and taught about male ejaculation, and so I feel like there is a big shame and stigma
That
about
is true.
female ejaculation, and some people still think it's a myth or not real, and there's been articles published, but like I think
Women
girls
think it too, though,
Yeah,
as well. A
you
lot
can-
of people have misconceptions around it.
I know BuzzFeed wrote an
Same.
article once saying that female ejaculation was the same chemical makeup of pee. There was a
Yeah,
BuzzFeed
yeah,
article
yeah.
about that. And so it's
Fake
like
news.
And people think that squirting is pee.
That's what I heard, yeah.
No.
You didn't know.
I didn't know. I don't squirt, I don't think. Maybe I do.
A lot
Could
of
everyone
people-
squirt?
No.
So that's
not
the thing.
everyone can, but also some people, it takes them a really long time to work out that they
Yeah.
can. Like anything, you know,
I think I can. 'cause
orgasms
I
are
don't-
complicated.
Who knows? I'll figure it out.
Well,
I
it's
have
just-
something to do tonight.
It's one of those things like if it were to happen to you and you didn't know what it was and you were never taught about it, you could freak out and it could be
Totally.
a really embarrassing thing, especially if it happens with another person
Yeah.
who shames you or goes, "What the fuck is this? Did you just
Right.
pee on me?"
Yeah.
And it could be a really scary moment for women who don't fucking know what it is, or for dudes who don't know what it is.
A lot of people really like it.
Yeah. Are you one of those people?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you like about it?
I think what's not to like about someone having an orgasm and enjoying the fuck out of themselves, I think there's something also really amazing about the fact that it's really messy. It's just this moment of unfiltered,
Raw.
it's so raw. And people squirt to different degrees as well. Like there can be a little bit, there can be a lot.
Kate,
Like
you're laughing. Does this make you feel... Why are you giggling so much?
I just thought of the idea of like a squirt contest.
that's a great idea.
Those are all over the internet.
Oh,
porn.
then
called
I-
RedTube.
It's always
Yeah,
all been
or
done before.
Pornhub.
No original ideas, I'll tell you what. I'm uncomfortable.
It's where I can tell, Jesus.
Also, another misconception is that squirting means that you're coming as well. You might actually not necessarily be having an orgasm when you're squirting. You could just...
Yeah.
So it's not pee.
No.
No, not
It's
at all.
coming.
Yeah.
And it all comes out of the same hole.
Yeah,
It
but
comes
it's
out
from
as-
different part of you inside. So I actually spoke to a sexpert about this, a couple of them back in Sydney, and I did a video about it. And they showed me diagrams, and it's very much a separate area.
That it comes from.
yeah.
So it's not coming from
Could
the
you ask your
bladder.
gynecologist if you have that area?
Well, everyone has the area.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
you just can't
just
tap into it. So everyone
Literally
is capable
tapping
of
into
squirting?
it. No, well, so that's the misconception is like, can you if you can stimulate this area?
It kind of sucks though, because I feel for women that can't or haven't yet, it also brings about shame, like they're failing at something. It's just like hard either way. Like you're either squirting and you hate yourself for it, or you're doing it and
Grass is
or you're
always
not.
greener.
I wonder if
Yeah.
it's genetic.
I mean, there's probably no way of finding that out. Don't you think even the name female ejaculation is shit? It's like, and squirting isn't that great a word either.
Squirting makes it sound like very pornographic, like
Yeah.
very cartoonish
Yeah,
to me.
like it's a joke or it's almost childish.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
also a
not serious.
drink.
Yeah, I noticed that when
I
we
forgot
first
about that.
coming into LA.
Have you ever experienced it before?
Yes.
Do you want to talk about it?
Sure. What do you want to know?
Well, was it someone you were doing it to, and how to maybe teach people that want to try it or even know where it comes from? What are the areas?
Okay, the first time it happened was because it happened to me. And it was just through them. Can I swear?
Yes, you can fucking swear.
They were fucking me, and then
Yeah.
it happened, and I was like, damn, I didn't.
And you didn't know?
I had no idea.
Wow.
And this was like quite a few years ago. No one had ever spoken about it with me.
Does it feel different than just regular coming?
Yeah, it's a completely different thing, right?
Yeah.
But I do remember
I feel like I'm learning a lot.
good. I've had a couple of like partners where I get shy about it and I worry about it happening because I'm like, I don't know this person well enough, and if I just like come all over them, they might not know what it is.
Do you tell them? Is it like something you could talk about before?
No. It's just something that I like over time will work out whether they're like.
So you can control it.
progressive
Like if you were to
enough.
have a one night stand and it happens.
I probably wouldn't have one during a one night stand because I don't ever completely relax.
Oh wow, interesting.
I feel like it's only when I'm like super turned on and
Mm-hmm.
with someone I really trust. But still, I'm like, there have been times where I'm like, holy shit, I have got to stop this because
Yeah.
I'm about to, and I don't know how you're gonna
Go
react to
react.
that. So yeah, definitely, the more people talk about it,
Yeah.
the less insane.
Have you ever
this
had
conversation
anyone
will be.
negatively react to it?
No, I'm pretty lucky in that everyone has been like super into it.
Yeah. It's
also
Almost
probably-
too into it.
That's
Like
the
a
other
compliment,
thing.
right?
Dude, that's the other thing is like it becomes
it.
like a mission for them to try and make
Totally.
you do it, and then that puts pressure on, no pun intended, both parties to like try and accomplish
sure.
this like unicorn orgasm that may or may not exist, and it's a weird secret talent to like reveal, I feel like sometimes to
Yeah,
people.
and then sometimes people like make you squirt and then they like act like heroes for a little bit, and you're like,
Get the
dude, I
fuck
can
over
do
yourself.
this to myself within like 10
Yeah.
to 15 seconds. So
Yeah.
calm down.
Well, there's also the actual anatomy of where it comes from above the G spot, right? So like if you were to be inside of your vagina and you come to like the front wall, that's where your G spot is. And then supposedly there's like this fleshy sort of like, oh, fleshy is a weird word, sort of spongy area that you're supposed to like put pressure against, and you can actually kind of feel the body filling up, I guess you could say.
It fills with fluids, and
Yeah.
it's a combination of different fluids as well.
Yeah, and then when the release happens, you can actually like feel it. It can feel like peeing, I think.
Yeah, but it's kind of like for me a lot of the time when it's happening, you can't control
No, yeah.
what is exactly happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, it's pretty amazing in that way.
I don't think I'd ever be able, I mean, I truly don't think I've ever even been that relaxed as a human being. I'm constantly, the other day I heard someone cough outside my window and I was like, I can't have kids. What? What if they got sick and died one day? Like I can't, that's what I thought. And I think about like, oh fuck, what, my dad's getting old, this person's getting old, I'm scared of everything. And so I don't think that I will ever relax enough to let go enough to just let it all out.
Well, and I think that's a big thing with orgasms in general. Like a lot of women who haven't ever had any kind of orgasm or don't think that they can, a lot of the time it is purely psychological.
I actually don't know if I've had one.
Yeah. I mean, I was
Yeah.
a late bloomer too. It took me a really long time before I ever did, and for so long I thought there was something wrong with me, or like I'm pretty complicated actually in that way.
What made you stop? Like, what made you not have one? For me, when I'm like masturbating or something, I'll just be like, I'll get to a point where it feels really, really good, and then I'll be like, oh, okay, that was nice. But the way I hear people talk about it is
Oh,
like,
wow.
I'll like feel really good, and then it'll be like, oh, okay, that's done now, and that for sure,
It sounds like you've never had an orgasm.
yeah.
I started having orgasms, no joke, I think when I was like 4 or 5. I started masturbating very, very early.
I mean, I did too, but I wasn't having orgasms.
I was
Same.
definitely orgasming, so I knew what it felt like.
I
And
used
so
to hump everything
Yeah.
in my house.
Who fucking didn't?
I'd hump the side of the tub. I'd hump
oh
the
yeah,
side of the couch.
a pillow, a fucking.
I used to be on like the bus coming home being like, I can't fucking wait to eat salt and vinegar chips and then hump my hands.
Wait, with the vinegar?
No. I just
Oh, wow,
those
I
were two
didn't-
beautiful things. I wanted to eat chips and then I never put my hands like down my pants. It was always on
Because
top
that
of my
sounds like it
clothes.
could hurt and sting a little
there
bit.
was the salt and vinegar played no part
Got
into
it.
my.
Okay, got it. No,
Damn
I mean,
it.
no. But like,
cool.
so for me, when I started having sex, I knew I wasn't orgasming. And so it took me a long time to get to that comfortability and that trusting place with someone to actually orgasm, because I knew so vividly and so strongly what an orgasm felt like. And then when I had sex for the first, I don't know, I want to say, no joke, like 50 times. I was
Damn.
like, what the fuck is the hype with all this? Because I'm
Yeah.
not coming, I'm not orgasming.
I think mine still ties back to Catholic guilt. And
100%.
and
Oh,
just
that will do
all
it.
of that sort of stuff. Because you could identify the problem, but then you just like you see the problem in so many different areas of your life, and you're just sort of like, oh, here you are again, you piece of shit. And then not Catholicism, just the way that I look at
God.
No, not for me, not my words.
Joking.
Were you religious growing up?
No.
So do you feel like
Do you see the guilt then in the way that I responded to what you just said?
Yeah, you're
I'm just
so
like-
afraid. I get it
terrified.
though.
Yeah.
I don't know what my problem was. I had many problems as a kid. But I think what changed it for me was actually buying a really good vibrator for the first time.
Preach.
Yeah.
Kate, you gotta like set aside some time to lay the lights down low.
I would say as well, sex toys, if you can, they're just one of those things that are worth really investing in.
I don't let myself come.
Well, that we gotta set some time aside on your calendar, Kate.
Okay. You're going to make me come, Kelsey?
I'm gonna make you mentally come. I'm gonna call you, coach you through it.
One of the things that the sexpert talked about was
Yeah.
how important our thoughts are during this time, which doesn't make it any easier for someone who's stressed or anxious. You're like, so I'm fucking up my own orgasm, so then you're like extra stressed. Like
You
when I
watch
first
porn?
found that out.
Yeah.
You watch porn?
That's a really good way to get your mind off
Yeah.
your own head.
I don't believe them, though. They're such bad actors sometimes.
Yeah, you need to believe. I love a good
Search
plot.
amateur porn. Amateur or like real couples. It takes away that like cinematic approach where it feels very fake and plasticky, and it's really like intimate.
Yeah, I hate when they just like get touched once and they're just sort of like, ooh.
It sounds like you're
Start
describing
singing?
lesbian porn.
Yeah.
I hate lesbian porn.
I watch lesbian porn.
It's
my
so
favorite.
bad though. The acting is.
That's what I'm saying. Is that so?
horrible.
At first, I'm
Guys
sort of
need
like, they're doing it, and then I'm like, ugh.
You guys need to search amateur
No, I do.
homemade.
Kelsey,
homemade
you don't want
couples.
to see my search engine.
What's
What
the
is
weirdest
it?
thing you've jerked off to since we talked about
What's
that?
the weirdest
me
thing
and
that's
Kate?
turned you on?
I say jerked off.
You're not
so
saying
we all know what
anything?
we're
You're not
talking
gonna
about.
answer?
Thinking,
Oh.
a lot of weird things. I think about a lot. Can I also say though,
Yes.
it makes sense. It's like a lot of people battle with this when their mind goes into a really weird taboo / dark place. It actually makes sense because we trigger adrenaline basically.
Yeah.
It's normal to get turned on over really weird things.
Yeah.
But it's something that, can block things for people or feel like they're doing something
Right.
wrong.
Well, that ties into exactly what you're talking about with your Catholic guilt, Kate, is like some people I know that I've talked to, friends of mine, who have said that in the middle of like orgasming, they will think about their parents. And
Yeah.
not in like
Or
they want to
someone
fuck
who's
their
died.
parents.
That's
yeah.
common.
And it's one of those things where it's like it's wrong, so it almost perpetuates like
It comes back to your body not being yours.
Yeah, and it stimulates the idea of like, again, like you're doing something you shouldn't be doing, and then all of a sudden you feel turned on and shamed at the same time.
And there's nothing like sitting with a group of people talking openly about things like this, honestly, like things that just aren't talked about, or like different ways to pleasure yourself. Masturbation in general, it's so like most people do it or think about doing it at some point. Why not just discuss it and learn more?
I feel like growing up, we would also, if girls were to talk about it and just be like, yeah, I masturbate, or yeah, I do this or something, everyone was so quick to be like, she's doing it for attention. She's doing it for guys.
Oh my God.
She's only saying that for guys. And so in my head, I was like, don't fucking talk about it because people won't believe you because that's not your truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I went to like a super Catholic high school, but my family are not religious, as I said. But I was that kid that would walk around asking everyone whether they masturbated. I used to pass around notes in science and be like, hey, Chris, do you jerk off? and ask people how often they did. Like, I was so intrigued about people's patterns. And
Well, I feel like I
was a horn bag.
Well, no,
basically.
like dudes were so free and open to talk about jerking off, and jokes were always made about dick so early on, but like there was never any talk or jokes within like female circles about female masturbation.
There was a period of my life where I said I would never go down on a girl. Ugh. How stupid is that? What a
Isn't that
fucking
like your
idiot.
favorite pastime now?
Yeah. It's all that I do. I think I was about 13 though. So I was still like, I identified as bi at the time, but like not like totally.
How do you identify now? I forgot to ask you up top.
I'm just like queer.
Yeah.
I don't really want to pigeonhole anything.
I do want to get sound bites from you. I know you have to go back to work. I know.
I'm gonna go home and masturbate
Yeah,
afterwards.
right? There we go.
Any
We
advice?
teetered from the Thanksgiving theme of this episode, and I think people will be glad to have done it in the name of squirting.
I think people will be really thankful.
Ah, there it is. Anyone that needs to learn how to squirt or like try it?
So my advice is to masturbate as much as you can to learn about yourself in general. But if you were to use your fingers and just push against the walls it's kind of like going about What fingers do you? I use these two.
I use these two.
Most people do. I
Sometimes
use
I'll
these.
do these two.
Right. If you kind of like
Wait,
push
you guys
about.
put them up there? Is that what you do?
Coat.
I really don't know.
Kate.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. I
That's
told you
okay.
guys
That's
this.
okay.
I only use this vibrator.
Yeah,
All right.
it's fine.
So go inside yourself.
Talk about judgment.
Okay, I'm the vagina wall.
Yes.
I'm the front of the vagina wall.
Go up.
Okay.
You're more vertical.
Okay, for people who are watching this or who are only listening to this, I'm holding my hand up like I'm waving.
Yeah, and my fingers are at her wrist. They're
Uh-huh.
going into her palm.
Uh-huh.
I would stop about halfway. You can feel that it's like very spongy there.
Yeah.
And some kind of almost ribbed for some people
Yes.
as well. And if you like push there repeatedly while kind of contracting your muscles, so you're kind of pushing
Kegling.
out,
Yeah.
Oh.
then you're more than likely to squirt.
I'm doing a Kegel right now.
I don't want to push out my diva cup.
And then,
Guys!
Tan, where can people follow you? Because you're so fucking badass. We didn't even get to touch on all the amazing stuff.
We're gonna
that
have to have you back on.
Cover
Please.
and talk about where can people go follow you? Because everyone really should go follow Tan. She's incredible and incredibly smart. Whip smart.
Shut up.
I do look up to you. Like I look the fuck up to you because I think you're.
Because I'm so tall.
Yeah. No,
Ew.
we're like we're the same height. We're all the same height lying down. Am I right? Okay. What are your handles?
I mean, Tanya Safi is my name. You can find me on everything using that actually. Tania, not Y. Get that right.
Thanks so
Aw,
much for
that's
coming,
cute.
Tan. We love you.
Thank you,
coming.
Tanya.
You're the best.
You guys
are.
best. Wow, I learned a lot.
I feel bad that I kept going, Kate.
Yeah.
But also I didn't know that you know so much about you either. I feel like I know so much about you because we talk every single fucking day. But I
Right.
feel like I learned a lot about you today.
I learned that I'm not masturbating correctly.
Well, no, there's no wrong way to masturbate. I do
if you're
think,
not
though,
coming, I would go ahead and say that might be the wrong way to
look,
masturbate.
how old are you? 27? Sure.
We don't need to talk about it.
I think though, I mean, there's
28.
it's never too late to learn how to make yourself come. But I don't think it's too late for you to try, and there's still so much ahead of you that you don't know.
Unless we all die soon.
Well, that could very well happen with the state of the world.
That's okay. So that's what my goal is. That's what my personal goal.
November. Be a
November.
home to yourself a little bit.
I'm gonna, yeah. Well, I just want to get some good lays in there before the world burns.
But you know what? I don't know. Okay, and
if I freaking die before having good sex,
I don't know. God, and I might get reamed for saying this, but I don't know if you're gonna be able to fully come with someone else. Like I
I should do it myself.
think you
That's
should
what everybody
do it
says.
yourself, or just like get a little more comfortable with that, because then at least when you're fucking someone else, there is a weird way of not giving a fuck if the other person comes when you're having sex. Like I think we spend so much time trying to make other people come and getting worried about the other person finishing that we're not looking out for ourselves 9 times out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And so I make it a personal goal to like make sure I get mine when I'm having sex, especially if it's someone I know I'm not going to see again. But there is a lot of pleasure out of making someone else come, so I fully get that. But I think I want you to come on your own.
Okay.
I have a lot of wants for you just because you're one of my best friends.
Thanks, man.
Should we give our shout out for the week?
Yeah. Who are we shouting out?
I have one just off the top of my head because
Okay.
that way we don't need to open our computer. But this week's shout out we want to give to Taylor Cote 13. She's been a long time fan of BuzzFeed and she's been posting nonstop about this and we love her. We also want to tell you guys that if you do like this podcast, it really, really, really helps us to go to iTunes and rate and leave a review.
Yeah.
I hope the rest of your period goes well.
Thanks, man. I have cramps RN.
Oh.
Mama's gonna go home.
And masturbate. Sometimes masturbating helps cramps.
Yeah.
I feel like you've completely
I've
closed off.
said enough today. This is good. I've pushed. I did what I had to do today.
We've each
I
revealed.
really opened up. You guys, you can't have it all.
Yeah,
okay?
we
I
need
did my
content
best.
for next week.
All right.
We've
There's
both revealed.
plenty of fucking issues that I will go through and we can peel back and you can say what I
yeah.
have to fucking work on. But right now,
Well, I wasn't saying.
I'm
I
gonna go have some hot
work on.
Cheetos. I'm gonna go home and play with my freaking cat, and maybe I'll masturbate.
Guys,
Who knows?
Go follow Kate on Instagram at Kate Peterman and KTP on Twitter. You can follow me at Kelsey Dare on all the things.
And if you're out there and you don't know how to masturbate yourself, it's okay. There's no deadline.
Come.
I could say there's a place for us, but all we have is each other.
Don't forget to tag us using the hashtag AdultShit with
We'll
shit
shout
with
you
the
out.
line. We'll shout you out. And we'll see you next week, and hopefully by then, Kate will have orgasms. Or not.
I'm making no guarantees.
How do we sign off?
All right, guys. This has been a pod.
Kate's gonna come, guys. We want
Stop
Kate to
talking
come.
about me coming.
Hashtag Kate's gonna come. Hashtag.
Kelsey, no.
Who do you guys want to see on the podcast?
Oh, yeah. Who do you guys want to see on the
Start
podcast?
tweeting at them. Start tagging them in some tweets. You know, if you believe it, you can dream it.
Yeah.
We gotta go.
Fucking bye.
Fucking bye. Okay.